The morning sun spilled over the courthouse in Atlanta, Georgia. Jacqueline, a graceful black woman in her early 40s, walked confidently to her car. To her neighbors, she was just a polite and quiet woman. No one really knew that she was one of the youngest and sharpest judges in the state. But that day, as she drove downtown, flashing blue and red lights filled her rearview mirror. "Pull over," barked a voice on the loudspeaker. She calmly pulled to the side of the road. Two white police officers stepped out of their cruiser. Their eyes narrowed as soon as they saw her. "License and registration," the taller one demanded harshly. She handed them over without hesitation. The second officer glanced inside her car. "What's a woman like you doing in a car like this?" "You sure this is yours?" he sneered. Jacqueline kept her tone calm. "Officer, that vehicle is registered in my name. You can check the paperwork." But they didn't bother. Instead, they ordered her out of the car. "Hands behind your back." "You're under arrest," the tall one snapped. Jacqueline froze. "On what grounds?" "Don't talk back." "You people always have an attitude," he hissed. The handcuffs snapped around her wrists as bystanders began recording with their phones. Humiliation burned in her chest, but Jacqueline stayed silent. She knew something they didn't. Hours later, in the courtroom, the officers walked in smirking. They assumed this would be just another easy case where their word was law. But when the bailiff called the session to order, their smirks vanished. "All rise for the Honorable Judge Jacqueline Harris." The doors opened, and Jacqueline strode in wearing her black robe. The same woman they had humiliated now towered above them from the bench. The officers' faces drained of color. Their arrogance melted into panic. "Case number 421, State versus Officers Daniels and Brooks," the clerk read. Jacqueline's voice was firm, steady, and commanding. "Officers, today you stand accused of unlawful arrest, racial profiling, and abuse of authority. This court will not tolerate prejudice disguised as law enforcement." They stammered, trying to explain, but their words tangled into excuses. Jacqueline leaned forward. "You swore to protect and serve. Instead, you chose to humiliate and discriminate. Justice will now decide your fate." The courtroom fell silent. The lesson was clear: hatred and arrogance may give temporary power, but truth and justice always stand taller.